I'm Aliza, and I'm the CEO of Ellementa, and this is our Women's Wellness Session Series. It is geared toward women's health, but also toward everybody, really. It's also geared toward all of us as caregivers to our loved ones. So anybody who's interested in CBD, cannabis, plant medicine, natural remedies, this is the place for you. We have all kinds of sessions coming up, topics ranging from meditation and mindfulness to how to smoke and vape cannabis properly, to different CBD topics, including stress relief, pain and inflammation relief, all sorts of things. So today is a little bit of a spontaneous impromptu. I'm going to do some more live reviews of products. These are all CBD products. And at the very last minute, I invited my friend Janice Bissix on.
Yay!
So Janice, give us that quick description of the many, many, many amazing things you do. So Who are you, Janice?
Okay, I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist from the Boston area who 4 years ago took a different track in my career and went back to school to become a holistic cannabis practitioner. Mm-hmm. And I did this after my dad found relief using cannabis for his severe pain. So I did an about face, got educated, and now all I do is help people who have pain, anxiety, insomnia, and a host of other conditions find relief using CBD and sometimes cannabis.
And you're also a cookbook author?
I am a cookbook author. That was my previous life. I was a food blogger, radio podcaster, cookbook author. I worked in cardiac rehab. I was dietitian for the U.S. Senate. I worked at a luxury hotel in Boston. I've done a lot of different things in my career. But this is the most rewarding.
Yeah, well, a couple of those are new to me. That's super interesting. Well, it's amazing that you agreed to step up spontaneously to be part of this conversation. But you also do have your own CBD wellness company.
I do.
Tell us the name of it. And as we go along, we're going to talk about some of your products as well.
Sure. My company is called Janabis Wellness. Obviously, Janice and cannabis, Janabis Wellness.
Yay.
And so I've got a variety of products, as you mentioned. So as you introduce topicals and tinctures and roll-ons and maybe even dog chews, I can tell you what I've got.
Sounds good. All right, we're going to get started because we have so many different products to go through. Just to let everyone know, I'm the official CBD reviewer for Ellementa.com. And I get sent a lot of products. So every product you see here has been sent to me. I have to disclose that fully. So I did receive them for free in order to review them. We're very careful about the products that we review on the website. We want to make sure that we believe the company is a good, sound company with a good ethos. We want to make sure that they do testing of their CBD. We also review cannabis products, which it's mandatory to test. We like less ingredients, less is more. Full spectrum, meaning as close to the natural plant as possible. Some may be variations of that. Some also have added ingredients, which we'll talk a little bit more about how important it is to know what else is in there. However, our first category, I feel like I'm on a game show. Our first category will be topicals. Now, there's two kinds of topicals we're going to talk about. The first will be about skin care. And it's usually under the beauty category. What I want to mention about CBD for skincare, CBD is a natural anti-inflammatory. So most topical products stay on the surface of your skin. They don't really absorb too deeply. I mean, maybe a few layers. It depends what else is in there. There could be additional ingredients that help increase the absorption. A common one in skincare products and other kinds of absorbing topicals is oleic acid. And other than that, it's not really sinking into your bloodstream. Although if you think about it, your skin is your largest organ. and whatever you put on your skin does affect you. So always be careful. I would never say never. People who say, I'm going to be drug tested, will this show up in my bloodstream? Never say never. There's just no guarantee. Everybody's body is different. But we're talking beauty and skincare first. So here is a really neat skincare system from a gorgeous, gorgeous company, woman-owned, woman-founded. It's called Moon Mother. So Moon Mother. And if this is a little bit, if the packaging is a little bit less pristine, is because I actually use this. They have a system. One is to nourish your skin, hemp and manuka honey mask. It's really like honey. I mean, it's very sort of thick and delicious. It's got clay, I can't pronounce it, Russell clay, rose, calendula, rosehip seed oil, full spectrum hemp extract from organic hemp, within this container 500 milligrams of CBD. Moon Mother, it's their Nourish, their face mask, followed by their Renew hemp eye serum. And I love, 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 you mentioned roll-on. I love rollers when it comes to skincare product and pain relief product. Topicals with rollers, they're so much easier to apply. Oh, you said you have some kind of roller. Show your roller.
I do. It's a 500 milligram roll-on. It's got a little metal roller ball.
And that 500 milligrams of CBD in the whole container, and that yours is pain relief, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this one's 100 milligrams. It's not intended as pain relief. This is really more your under the eye serum. And another company that uses that same sort of roll-on for an under eye serum is another very, just some of these companies, the products are just gorgeous. The packaging is gorgeous. Everything about their brand. This is one called Priya Apotheca. This is their Metamorphosis cream, and it's CBD infused, but they have a roll-on eye serum as well. I'll talk a little bit more about this company in a moment. So this is step 2 after you've done your mask. Your mask is always done after you've sort of initially cleaned your face. And then step 3 is Glow. It's a hemp skin serum for your whole face, and it's more of the pump. And also calendula, rose, jojoba oil, frankincense. When I was talking about other ingredients in your products, a lot of the beauty products will have that. Some of the pain relief products will have that. The additional ingredients are often other herbs, aromatherapy, essential oils. So make sure you read the labels when you do use these products, because in addition to making sure if you're using CBD on your skin for the first time that you don't react badly to them. So I always recommend, hello. I would always recommend a patch test, which is when you take a topical and you apply it to a non-obvious place on your skin. So I would recommend a patch test with CBD products, but if you have additional ingredients, make sure you're not allergic to those ingredients as well, especially something you're putting on your face. All of these are soothing, but again, every body is different. Love this whole 3-part Moon Mother Hemp Company, the 3-part skincare. They have all kinds of other products as well, including a tincture, which I'll show later. Okay, beauty. Back to Priya Apotheca. The formulations here are magical. And this cream, again, it's called their CBD Phyto Metamorphosis Cream. Rose, that's what I smell. I absolutely adore rose for the skin. It just speaks to me. It's amazing. It's a very rich emollient type of cream, absorbs really nicely. All of their products, I don't have all of them with me. They have that roll-on eye as well. They also have, along with their skincare, a tincture to take internally, which is really a lovely idea. And they're herbalists. They have a co-founder who is an herbalist, and they have a female scientist who helps with the formulations. I mean, it's just brilliant, everything that they do. It's one of those really super luxurious type of products, and also very almost mystical and spiritual, which appeals to me right now in these very stressful times.
Yes.
Have you used any CBD products for your skin, Janice?
No, I have not. But I'll tell you that my 28-year-old daughter, when I first started doing this several years ago, she's she has her master's in public health, and she's a pretty straight laced kind of girl. And when I told her what I was doing, she was horrified. She's like, "Mom, I can't believe you're going to be a cannabis practitioner." And then a few months later, after I started, she sent me a link to a New York Times article talking about CBD and skin and beauty and acne. And she emailed it to me and said, "Hey, Mom, can you hook me up with some CBD?"
Interesting. Well, once you start seeing it in the mainstream media, suddenly it seems like it's going to be acceptable. And
Right.
acne is something that I have seen in some studies, CBD to treat acne.
Oh,
That's part of the
absolutely.
inflammation. It's also antibacterial, microbial.
Right.
So that would be super helpful for skin. Another product I received is from Be Great, the letter B, the word great. Now, it's a little confusing because one of these is an anti-aging cream and the other is a relief and recovery cream. They look exactly the same. So I'm not
probably are exactly the same.
Yeah, I was looking at the ingredients and they are different. They are different.
Okay.
The one that's anti-aging seems to have more things that I recognize that are considered to be anti-aging type. There's a lot more ingredients in these, but there's a different side to their products, which I thought was really clever and interesting. They also have CBD shots. So these are, I know, it's Be Great, Relax, and Be Great, Focus. And then when you read the ingredients, so if you think of relax, we've got GABA, we've got melatonin, as well as CBD. And again, this is a shot. And then if you think of focus, we've got a vitamin B6 and 12 and ginseng root. It's just interesting.
Sure.
Be Great. I think it's another woman-owned company. Be Great. The letter B, the word great. Some of these companies have both the surface topicals as well as the ingestibles, which ultimately makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could probably attest to this. I find that if you have inflammation, whether it's pain or even skin irritation, there's also some systemic inflammation.
Absolutely. Yes.
So by addressing your internal inflammation through a tincture, you can, or capsules or some sort of ingestible, you are going the inside out and then applying the topical, you're being a little bit more localized and addressing that sort of surface irritation or pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe in.
I believe. I agree with you. I agree.
Okay. Here's another one. I love their packaging for all of their products. This is Bloom Farms, and it's their CBD Sports Stick. This is 600 milligrams in the packaging. So when you look at the packaging and it says 600 milligrams, that clearly means that when you apply it, you're not getting 600 milligrams.
Right.
So there's math involved to figure out what each application might be. And then with something like this roll-on, that would be a little bit more approximate based on how much you get on your surface. But this is a different kind of roll-on. It's a solid, so it's a stick, and then you can apply it. I do it here on my neck because I have arthritis right here on the right side of my neck, and I love that. Again, the roll-on applicator, less mess. I don't mind the salves and the creams and all of that. And sometimes, since I also have some arthritis in my hands, I put it on my neck and then I can rub it in my hands.
That's what I do.
Yeah. However, it's really nice to be able to go straight on the spot. And sometimes it's easier to get a hard to reach spot when you have an applicator like that. So this is the Bloom Farms CBD Sports Stick, and I have been using it at night and in the morning. It's perfect right there on the nightstand. I love the convenience of it. It's a brand new product I just received. So liking that. Let's see. We're still on topicals. Here we go. First and Free. Now these are pretty high dose. I've never seen CBD creams and topicals that are very high dose. We're kind of moving into the pain relief, by the way. We're moving into pain relief, but we're still on topicals. 2,500 milligrams per cream tube. Yes. And that's one of their selling points, is that it's one of the higher doses on the market. First and Free. First, we have their everyday cream, CBD. Then we have their cream with arnica. Back to the ingredients, the added ingredients. If anyone is familiar with arnica, it's homeopathy. It makes sense that you would put arnica into a pain relief cream. You could just get an arnica cream as well. So this has the double benefit of CBD plus arnica. A lot of the CBD topicals I'm seeing out there now have arnica as well. So that's another one. And then one with capsaicin. So we were looking up capsaicin. I was pretty sure it came from chili pepper. It does come from the chili pepper. And it is used on pain relief creams. It gives more of a warming feel. And it has something that blocks a chemical compound in your body that's produced when you're having pain. So when there is pain, you're looking often when you're using a topical for pain, you're looking for two things. You're looking for that immediate relief, which is really kind of distraction from pain. That's why, if anybody remembers Ben Gay, the menthol is a distraction from pain. It doesn't necessarily heal, right?
Exactly.
And so that's why there's these additives. So it gives you that immediate sensation that distracts from the pain. And then menthol could also help absorb with the absorption. Limonene is a terpene that is often added into topicals that can help with absorption as well. But capsaicin, that was kind of interesting. So First and Free, they have a really wide array of products, which you'll see as we go through some of the other product categories. Topicals. All right, you've got a topical. Talk about your pain relief topical.
Well, this is 1,000 milligrams, and it's a topical salve, and it's got a little bit of eucalyptus and a little bit of lavender. So a lot of people say it's not overpowering. It's just a very nice faint scent, because I've tried some others that I don't like strong scents.
Right.
So I made sure that it's very subtle and people say it doesn't smell medicinal, where some do. Even some of the menthols.
Very overpowering. I
don't like it.
Yeah, menthol can be extremely overpowering for sure.
So this, and it's made with broad spectrum CBD. It's a broad spectrum product. So it's got the terpenes and the beta caryophyllines and
open it so we
limonene.
See the inside, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Show and tell.
Oh, this one has not been opened.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to tell you, I do have one opened that is on my nightstand in Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh, no.
I didn't know I was going to be stuck here for so long in the Seattle area.
Yes. So, quarantine.
So, yeah. Heading back soon. Go. Okay. Got it.
So.
Nice.
I love the smell.
I do like products that have a light scent. There's certain smells, aromas that appeal to me. Rose appeals to me. Frankincense. Ylang ylang. I really like that. Yeah. Even the lemongrass. Yeah. And each one of those, if you think about aromatherapy, each one of those elicits a different feeling or response.
And Aliza, some of my clients use this for migraines, which I don't know if people know that, but there is research that shows that if you're developing a migraine and you put a topical or concentrated topical right where it hurts and you massage it there, and then what happens is the pain moves. So then you move with the salve and you do it again, and you can do that up to 3 times. And I have clients who swear
Wow.
that it can abort. Now you might still have a dull headache, but it is
That
not
intensity, that super
exactly. I have a teacher who has one at home and one in her desk, and her students know if she takes out the cream and puts it on her forehead, they need to chill out and give her a little space. But
Wow.
TMJ is another thing. I had a friend who came over one night and she had 3 weeks of severe pain, was coming home from the dentist. And I said, just try this. And she poo-pooed it.
Poo-pooed it, yeah.
I said, well, that's not going to hurt. So she put it on and we were having dinner. And 10 minutes later, she said, it's such a coincidence that my pain has gone away. Like, that is not a coincidence.
And that is really interesting. I have never thought of that, because I have that. I grit my teeth at night.
Yes.
And I don't grind because my dentist has said that I don't have any sign of any of, thank goodness. That's all I need. But I can wake up sometimes and I'm gritting, and that pain right there in the joint of the
Try a topical. Definitely.
It's so interesting because I'm just always thinking, my arthritis, let me try the topical on that. And so I also use CBD internally to try to de-stress and to try to relax so that I'm not gritting my teeth like that.
Right now, there's not enough CBD in the world for what we're all going through.
There's not. You're right. So I'm going to move into tinctures. So we did mention that if you're really looking for some serious relief, and even like I mentioned, Priya Apotheca has a tincture just for balancing as part of their beauty product line, which I think is lovely. But if you're looking for some serious relief, so it could be relief from stress and anxiety. And it could also, so here's the thing. I don't know how you feel about CBD for sleep. I do know that for a lot of people, CBD can be very stimulating. But at a certain dose, it can be sedating. And yet a little bit of CBD for the de-stressing anti-anxiety piece can help you ease into sleep, but it doesn't make you sleepy necessarily.
Right.
Okay.
It's neurocalming, it's relaxing. So I have a lot of people who do find that just a small dose before bed will help. And a lot of people I have a peppermint tincture, and I do this also. I keep this next to my bed so that if I do wake up in the night and I have a hard time getting back to sleep, I just take some tincture, and I tell people take 10 deep breaths. And then I also tell them to fold forward in bed, because that puts a little bit of pressure on your vagus nerve, which can promote relaxation.
Where's your vagus nerve? What's your vagus nerve?
Well, along your back. By folding forward, you're actually affecting that nerve. So those are 3 things that I tell people who have a hard time sleeping.
Yeah, the forward fold is a yoga move as well that I really like. And sometimes I do what I call boga, bed yoga.
Absolutely. Sure.
Where I do the forward fold and I do some long, slow stretches even before I get out of bed. That's interesting. I didn't know about that. You learn something every day. Okay, some tinctures. First, I'll start with really my most favorite tincture, particularly from a delicious standpoint. So anybody who has had tinctures that CBD derived from hemp, even cannabis tinctures, the closer you are to the natural plant, you're going to have a pretty herbaceous taste. It's going to taste very weedy. And some people love that. I've gotten quite used to it. And when I do taste that, it almost says to my brain, this is some good stuff.
Right.
Because it has all kinds of terpenes and cannabinoids. It's rich. It just feels rich. But not everyone can be accustomed to that taste. And often when somebody's just starting out, to have something a little bit more lightly flavored can be helpful, naturally flavored. Be careful again what's in them because you're eating it. Um, this is Vital Leaf CBD Elixir Drops Chocolate Mint. Chocolate mint. Absolutely unbelievably delicious. Although you have to like chocolate mint, which is weird though, because I don't typically eat chocolate mint, but this one is great. They have another one, which is cardamom vanilla rose, which sounds amazing. And Melissa Pierce, my business partner, loves it. I don't like it as much. And she does not like this as much. So we never fight over the flavor. But this is Vital Leaf, just a beautiful, beautiful company. As you can probably tell, there are certain companies that really resonate with me. They're run by amazing people, incredible women, just people who are caring about not just health and wellness, but caring about the planet. That's definitely Vital Leaf. So this is truly, truly, without a doubt, my favorite, most delicious. And it's 500 milligrams. So it's got a really great dose, and it's full spectrum. Yay, yay, yay. Full spectrum versus broad spectrum. Full spectrum includes the THC, broad spectrum removes the THC, but both will have the spectrum of cannabinoids and terpenes. Right. Let's see, another tincture. This is one that I was using pretty regularly. I find it to be quite good. 500 milligrams, Circle Labs whole flower hemp oil. But one thing, okay, maybe you might know something about this, is particularly with your nutrition and cooking kind of background. I'm putting you on the spot, so if you don't know, it's okay.
Go for it.
Some of these really, really sort of natural full spectrum, they have a peppery, or they develop a peppery taste to them. Have you heard of that before? No. And then almost a little bit of a burny thing, like it just sort of your mouth feels. If anybody out there happens to know, those of you who are here live, hi, Katie. Hi, Shari.
Could it be the terpenes? Maybe it's
high. It could be is it beta caroline that's pepper? No, is that? Okay.
Yeah. And then myrcene also, I think, has some, like it's found in mango and black pepper.
Black pepper. Okay. Yeah. Any of the terpenes that are also found in pepper. Yeah. It was so interesting though, but it developed the peppery taste later. I don't recall it at first. Now, the other thing I thought was unusual though, is the light colored bottle. Usually when you want to preserve something like that, you would put it into
a darker bottle. Yeah. That's interesting. Maybe
I meant to ask the company.
So maybe you're getting, because it's a light colored bottle, you're getting a little bit of breakdown, and that's why the taste is changing. That's what
I meant to ask the company, but I have to say, I found this to be really, really nice. I liked it a lot. It was very mild flavored, and it was really great, but the flavor did change. So I would say be careful when you have a light colored bottle, store it in a cool, dark place, which I failed to do. A very light peppermint delicious 500 milligram tincture from Moon Mother Hemp Company, which is the one with the beauty products. They also have a tincture. They also have some bath products too. So this one is really nice. The peppermint seems to be often the go-to flavor.
Yes.
This one is also peppermint Stratos. This is 1,000 milligrams full spectrum. They also make 1,000 milligram isolate. So isolate, it does not have the benefit of all the cannabinoids and terpenes. It's just isolated. Mm-hmm. That's not to say it can't do anything and it's not good, but we all do know, right? That CBD is better with all that stuff.
The entourage, or the ensemble effect.
The ensemble effect. Yep, that's what Emma Chasen taught us, the ensemble effect. So I like their full spectrum. This is the one, actually, I keep this one in my toiletry bag. So when I'm traveling, it's always with me. I always have it. It's in my bathroom when I'm not traveling, so I can take it then. I really do like the Stratos, Stratos. Then, okay, when we talk about the real sort of nutty, herbaceous, this one is a little on the nuttier side. Is that kind of a weird description? Do you know what I mean, though? It's sort of It's plant-like, but more nutty, less leafy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is Eve Farms full spectrum CBD oil, and 500 milligrams as well. It's typically 500 milligrams because then each of your so this has a dropper full. So this is 30 dropper fulls. So each one, it's
17.
17 is what it says right there. That was fast math.
Only because I have a 500 milligrams, so I know that my dropper
so you know
has
it's 17. Yeah. So when we start talking about dosing, so you're taking these internally, and I tend to, when I try a new product, no matter what it says, no matter how long I've been using CBD, I will always start with a quarter of whatever they say, a quarter dropper full.
Yep.
And then move up to a half a few days later, move up to 3/4, and then eventually I'm on the full dropper.
Mm-hmm.
But I also usually am taking anywhere between 10 to 20, maybe 25 milligrams as a daily dose, as a supplemental dose. If I really am needing more, I kind of double that, get up into about 30, 40, 50. If you're really, really, really experiencing major pain, you're using this as intensive medicine. I mean, some people are taking hundreds at a time. So you really need a bigger concentrate.
Yes, you do.
Than something like this. This is really more for your daily supplemental dose.
Right.
Bump it up when you have a serious, not a huge serious issue, but when you have a little bit more of a need. But this is not going to give you that heavy medicinal dose.
Right.
Is that correct? So this one, it has the more nutty flavor. This one is really interesting because it adds herbs. And we've been getting a lot into just full plant medicine and the blending of herbs with CBD. So this one is 19 milligrams of full spectrum hemp extract, but then it also has schizandra berry, Asian ginseng, rhodiola root, holy basil leaf.
Holy basil leaf.
I love holy basil. In fact, I am drinking holy basil tea right now from Tulsi.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like. So this is called prismatic plants. If you're really into herbs and you'd like a little bit of CBD with your herbs, prismatic plants is a lovely brand. So this is called Good Day. This is kind of their daily supplement. There is also fresh berry flavor, which is so different. I'm used to all of these having peppermint flavor, and then I got one that is a fresh berry, and it's mild. It's nice. It's light. This is Receptra. This one's 750 milligrams. I believe they also have this is the one I tried, the 500 milligram. So this will be a little bit heavier dose, and they're both in a fresh berry flavor. If you really want one that is so true to the plant, Eve Farms comes very close to that. It really is a very nice flavor. But Bloom Farms has a hemp line in 3 things. I think it's 500. I want to say 500, 750, and 1,000. It might be more than 1,000 on the higher end. Beautiful, gorgeous, delicious. I mean, really. But you have to get used to that flavor if you're not used to that flavor. It's a very different flavor. But the closer you get to the plant, the better. Now, if you're not into did we talk about yours yet? Hold up yours again. You said peppermint.
The tincture? Well, this one is the peppermint, but I also have when you talk about that you would need such a big dose, I have a product that is 1,000 milligrams, but it's a water soluble. And it's got this nanotechnology, so the absorption and bioavailability is much, much higher. So I have people who are in severe, that's for people who, I actually got it for kids, like kids with autism that can't hold a tincture under their tongue, they can't swallow a pill, and older people who, same, they can't do that with Alzheimer's or whatnot. So I sort of got this product for both ends of my client spectrum, but I'm finding that now it's my most popular product because it's so much, you need, there's 1 milligram per drop. So people can use 4 or 5 drops and really find relief. I have people using 4, 8, 10, 12.
And that's the nanotechnology, the emulsified nanotechnology. I have some of those products as well. This one is one. This one's called Reset, 300 milligrams nanoliposomal hemp CBD. And it is more like an emulsion. It's not as oily. It's creamier almost.
Right.
Whitish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it dissolves in the water. Right. Okay. And that's really fast acting, or at least the one that I have is as fast acting as inhalation. Whereas most sublingual tinctures take about 15 minutes to be absorbed. But this one is really, really quick.
And the other thing for everyone who's new to tinctures, they're usually based in an oil. Somebody had mentioned. So Nami said, Nomi? Mm-hmm. I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. Put your pronunciation in there if you can. Mm-hmm. Could it be the carrier oil that's giving it the taste? And it can be, but I have to say most of these are MCT oil.
Right.
Which is basically coconut oil. This one is, wow, this one has rosemary extract, MCT oil. This also has lemon essential oil. This is the prismatic plants. Yeah, it's usually MCT oil. I have not noticed, now I'm like looking, I have not noticed that any of these are in anything but MCT oil. Let me see. What are you in? This is, oh gosh, now I can't read it. Oh, I should be pulling out a magnifying glass here. Yeah, it's MCT oil, fractionated coconut oil.
Most of them
Most of them really are. So I don't think it's the carrier oil. And so Katie was saying she never thought that the herbier it tastes, the better it is. I don't think it's a direct correlation, but if it is closer to the plant, if they're really preserving everything good in that plant, it's going to be more plant tasting.
Right.
And if they haven't processed it sort of in the additional steps, like the emulsification or other sorts of processes to even out that flavor or to infuse it with some other flavor, it's going to be
right. I have to say that my water soluble tincture, that 1,000 milligram, it does not taste great. It's got a bitter, and I always tell my clients that, it doesn't taste great. And half of them say, you're such it's not that bad. It's really not, but it's got almost a bitter quinine almost sort of that flavor to it. But you can either put it in a little bit of water and just sort of drink it down, or you can put it in a water bottle. And then if you put 8 drops in a water bottle, you don't taste it at all.
You don't even notice it, but you're still getting. Well, okay, speaking of the raw water-soluble CBD concentrate, I just, look at that label. It's like, it just arrived in the mail, like literally today. I just opened it up.
Awesome.
It's from a company called Mellow, and I'm going to talk about their amazing edible candy in a moment. We'll get when we get to the edible portion of the program. But this is a new product that they have. It's called Mellow Mind Water Soluble CBD Concentrate. And it's 1,200 milligrams per 1 ounce bottle. You customize your dosage. There's 30 servings. Each serving's 40 milligrams. It has a slightly herby and peppery taste, just like fresh cannabis is how they describe it. Add to your morning coffee, afternoon smoothie, salad dressing, or cake icing. Get creative. Water soluble.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. And third-party lab tested. So I haven't tried it yet, obviously, because it's not even opened. But I do love their CBD caramels, which I will show you momentarily.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's crazy good. Okay, so these are some interesting new products that are coming out. Just high concentrated, water soluble, dissolvable, where you can really just use it in things. Now, I would think cooking with it would change it. Would alter it, would not be the way to go. So really it is to put in your drinks, your smoothies, your dressings, your sauces.
Right.
that kind of thing. Okay. I wanted to mention something else about a lot of people ask, can you get high off of hemp-derived CBD? Well, okay, you
You
say
can try.
no. Well, okay, but here's the thing. I do believe it's back to everybody's an individual. And I have tried certain tinctures in particular that I have felt altered. Now I can't say that it feels like I'm high, but I feel different. Sometimes it's because of other ingredients in it, some ginseng, some schizandras, like some other things that kind of are stimulating in some way. Some of these products, not of the ones I've shown, but some of the CBD products I've tried made me feel very speedy, like I was on speed. And that was an uncomfortable feeling. So whatever they had in it, whatever they processed was not comfortable at all. But the products that I've been showing, none of them have given me an uncomfortable feeling, but sometimes I feel something a little dizzy, a little
that's because, I mean, CBD is a vasodilator. Yeah. So which is a good thing, it increases blood flow to your heart and your brain. But if you have low blood pressure to begin with, and you're taking something that's opening up your vessels, which will lower your blood pressure, then you could feel a little bit dizzy.
Oh, that explains it. Because I do have low blood pressure.
That's it.
Wow. Okay. Well, then that's something to be mindful for.
Yes. So you don't want to go overboard.
Right. And not all of them have that instantaneous effect on me. By the way, if anybody, so we're not doctors here, we're not medical doctors. If anybody is taking any medication at all, always talk to your doctor before you start any CBD internally. Absolutely.
Right. The caveat there is that 90% of doctors know nothing about this.
That is a caveat.
So I would say talk to a cannabis specialist, a cannabis
physician. Yes.
Because, I mean, I can tell you that there are certain medications, if you're on Coumadin or warfarin, that uses that CYP450 enzyme system in the liver that also is what's used to break down CBD or THC in an edible form.
Yeah.
You take them both at the same time, you could have a difference in your blood levels, and you don't want that if you're taking Coumadin.
Yes,
so you do have to be careful.
Yeah, so blood thinners is the one that is always used as an example. It could make it work better in a sense, like more effectively, which sounds good, but you don't want that blood thinner.
You don't want to bleed out.
Exactly.
If it's
Dr. Junella Chin, my co-author, it would be a fabulous person to get in touch with. drjunechin.com. She does telephonic consultations, and she is excellent. Has been practicing for over 15 years, many of those years in California. Now she's in New York. So Dr. June Chin, if anyone's interested. First and Free also has 750 milligram CBD oil drops. One's peppermint and one is non-flavored. So as I mentioned before, some of these companies will have both the internal tincture and the topical. First and Free is one of those. We were talking about taste. If taste is really an issue for you, or taking a tincture, so when you take your tincture, it will be faster acting than an edible, especially if you hold it in your mouth, swish it under your tongue. That is going to absorb through your mucous membrane. There's a medical word there. You can now tell.
Buccal membrane. The buccal membrane's under your tongue.
Under your tongue. Okay. And if you're not into that, if you just simply want to swallow something, always remember, once you have swallowed and bypassed your mucous membranes, and it goes into your belly, it goes through the digestive system, then it goes into your liver, then it's processed and comes out altered, then it goes into your bloodstream. So the way to bypass the mouth really is through soft gels or capsules. First and Free has 25 milligram soft gels. Here's a company. I didn't mention their tinctures yet, and I really should. We're working with them a lot now. So Care by Design is a company out of California that has THC CBD products with the THC CBD ratios, really good ratios. It's basically CBD with THC. as opposed to the opposite. So it's CBD product. They have not removed the THC, and it's only available in dispensaries, Care by Design. Well, they've come out with a line of hemp products just within the last week or two. And so here are they have oil extracts and 5 different things. We've got rest, balance, and uplift. The thing that they do is they're really mindful about the terpenes to add to and to create effects. Relief and calm are the others. I've tried calm and rest. I really like them.
Nice.
Again, sublingual drops. They also have soft gels. So the balance and uplift here. So they have them in each of the effects as well, which is really nice. Not everybody is into the tincture thing. It took me a while to get used to the oiliness of them because I'm used to regular tinctures that you don't just put directly in your mouth, that you put into your tea or your water, echinacea tincture or something like that, astragalus tincture. So this is a whole new experience to it's kind of,
Right.
So
I started with that and then I moved on to soft gels. Now I just take a daily soft gel. It's just easier for me.
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
And it's less messy if you think about it, much less messy. So do you have soft gel product?
I do. I have.
Why don't you share
I have
that?
many.
Yeah.
So I have 25 milligrams. I have 10 also for general wellness. And then I have 25 milligrams with melatonin, with 1 milligram of melatonin for sleep. And then I have one with 10 milligrams of curcumin, which is just another anti-inflammatory. So you're adding
That's from turmeric we were talking about before.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Curcumin is
those are the different soft gels that I have.
Oh. Yeah, those are nice. Those sound really good. I like the idea of the added herbs. I like the idea of some of these, the terpenes for sure. So
Right. Actually, there's added beta caryophyllene to all the soft gels. That's a good one for pain.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Yeah. I don't know if you were ever familiar with Gaia Herbs.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been an herbal company for years and years. I remember when I was getting into things like echinacea tinctures, astragalus, you would see Gaia Herbs in the natural health food store. Well, they got into hemp. CBD.
Shocking.
So
why not?
It makes so much sense because they have gorgeous products, herbal extracts, and now they are doing
Gaia, yeah.
So this is Gaia Herbs, Hemp and Herbs Calm. Yes. And then there's the Sleep. So that's their soft gel product. So if you're familiar with Gaia Herbs, if that's a brand that you know, love, and trust, it certainly makes sense to go for their CBD products. A lot of this is based on trust and testing.
Right.
Trust and testing. Make sure that they're testing. If they're not spending the extra money to get tested, because at the moment CBD companies are not required to do testing.
And it's expensive.
It's expensive. It's an extra expense.
I pay $300 to test, a product. It's not cheap, but it's important. It
is important. And we need to know what we're putting in our bodies. This one, the Sleep one, has hops, California poppy, and other herbs.
Hops. Guess so. What terpene? Myrcene.
No.
Myrcene is in hops.
Oh, humulene. Is it humulene?
Well, myrcene is one that is definitely in hops.
Okay.
So I'm curious that they added hops. That's interesting.
And then passion flower and milky oats are 2 of the things under the calm, the stress support one. I love it. Okay, so these appeal to me very much. Let's see. The last one that you take, that you ingest before you get to the 2 delicious edibles, I saved the best, tastiest for last, is Menochill. So Menochill is a complete probiotic with CBD. Woman-owned, founded. It was really founded for our cycles, for PMS all the way to perimenopause into menopause. And I've been taking this as a daily supplement, and I love it. The added probiotic is fantastic. Wow. And a prebiotic, too. I'm not 100% well-versed on my pre and my probiotic.
The prebiotic feeds your gut bacteria. So it's food for your good bacteria. So that's important.
And it is really nice. I have to say, I have noticed a positive change, and yeah, I
Nice.
really like it. They have not just the CBD oriented ones, but they have the pre and probiotic products as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
but very much around women's health and centering our systems. And now we're going to get into the edibles.
Yes.
And then we'll finish off with your very special edible for your very special friends. Okay, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is one. This is also a new one that I got. This is called the Base, BACE, Discovery Pack. I thought this was really clever. First of all, they don't call themselves a CBD company. They call themselves a hemp company. They call this hemp oil. It has CBD in it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
sort of your full spectrum hemp in a capsule form, by the way. And it has these daily packets. So when you're just starting out, it'll start out with one. So you've got your lower dose, and then eventually it works up to 2 capsules. So you're just slowly, it just gives you a 7-day run of the packets. It's like, here's your dose for today. Here's your next dose. And it just slowly ramps you up until you have your full dose. So it's called their Discovery Pack. And then of course they sell your regular containers full. But how clever is that? It's perfect for anyone starting. It's 8 packets, 11 capsules total.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a lovely way, a smart way of introducing someone to the hemp plant, the benefits of all the cannabinoids, etc. Yeah, it's called Base, BACE. One of those really neat new products. Okay. Mellow salted caramels. This is
The best.
It's the best. It's delicious. It's amazing. And this is the hard thing is when you do have a candy with CBD, depending on how they make it, some of them just spray the CBD on post and it tastes yuck.
Mm-hmm.
Chemically, medically yucky, bitter. No, these are delicious. And just to talk about super delicious edibles, I have none left because I finished them. Pollen gummies, CBD gummies, made by a company that also makes alcoholic gummies. So gummies that are flavored like alcoholic beverages, and they're called alcoholic adult gummies. So these are CBD adult gummies. And one's no pressure, one's power bank, and one is soothe you. The flavors are out of this world. The texture is out of this world. These are, I'm sorry, I don't have any to show you, but truly I enjoyed them and completely finished them all. But it's flavors like pear turmeric, berry peppercorn, banana cinnamon.
Oh.
Am I right?
Yes.
Oh, and sour cherry vanilla, watermelon orange zest, coffee and cacao, grapefruit honey, cherry orange, and strawberry citrus.
Oh my.
Pollen CBD gummies. Absolutely the best gummies I have tried, and I've tried many different CBD gummies. But back to our caramels. These are decadent and delightful, absolutely delicious. Each individual caramel is 15 milligrams of CBD. So you've always got to be careful too. Once you start getting into the candies, the treats, you don't want to have 10 of these, although you do want to have 10 of these.
You do, but you don't.
But you don't, because it does have CBD. So you need to be careful about this. But I have to say, these are really, they're just creamy. They're just exactly the way you would think a salted caramel should be. They're creamy, then they're chewy, and then at the very end, you have a little pieces of the salt, a really sort of coarse salt. So just a few of them, and then you're just like, yeah, that was a great way to finish it. I have to tell you, this. I was super surprised when she mentioned the gal who sent these to me. They had caramels. I'm like, caramels, okay, I'll try them. They're probably
Aliza,
chemically.
Kay just asked, what's the sugar content of the edible?
Oh gosh,
does it have
so they're non-GMO, they're kosher, they're gluten-free, 300 milligrams total, 100% THC. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Yes. Sodium 65 milligrams, sugar 6 grams.
6 grams. That's a teaspoon and a half of sugar.
So 35 calories. Well, yeah, it's sugar. But
Yeah.
it says here are the ingredients. So this is what I like to read. Milk, cream, cane sugar, inverted cane sugar, tapioca syrup, butter, which has cream and salt, molasses, sea salt, vanilla extract, salt, pure hemp, CBD, isolate. And it does contain milk. So if you have a dairy thing, just know that.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, you're a nutritionist. All right. I know.
Hey, Kay asked the question.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have this daily, but I do have them at least once a week as a very special treat, and I adore them. They're so good. I have to confess that on the pollen CBD side, I have them every day because I just absolutely love them. I'm looking to see. I don't see the breakdown here on these packaging, but yeah, pretty fantastic. Okay, and now for our pets. What do you have, Janice?
Well, I have little pet chews. So they are little dog and cat chews. Mostly I have dog clients. I actually just got an email a couple of days ago from a woman, and she said that they have a dog, Blue, that was at the end of her life. And she got some chews just to sort of help her sort of relax and whatever. And she said the dog got up and was like running around. That's the second client I've had that's told me that the dog was really like days away from the end of their life, and gave them CBD, and it gave them quality of life.
Mm-hmm.
Now the first one, I think the dog, still, died a few weeks later, but it's like for humans. I mean, if you can improve the quality of your life as you age, and even right at the end of life, I think that's really what it's all about. So yeah, so these are good for dogs. What I have here is I put this on my front porch, and I'll probably do it today because it's July 1st for the 4th of July. And I just tell my neighbors, look, if your dog has a hard time with fireworks, come and pick up a free little baggie of dog chews, because it helps to calm them with fireworks and with a lot of people and noise.
Smart as that. That is such a great idea. Well, I did get the samples from you on those pet chews, and I have to say my dogs love them. I have a Chihuahua and kind of a Jack Russell blend mix.
Mm-hmm.
And they seemed just great. They're aging. And obviously the Jack Russell is super duper high energy.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was really helpful. The piece that was incredibly obvious is the Jack Russell has severe allergies to everything and is constantly hot spots and red and irritated, burning, scratching, has to wear the cone of shame a lot. It's sad. And I was trying to figure out, I've tried all kinds of different types of foods. I keep getting all these different recommendations. No medication yet. But with those pellets, the inflammation went down. The redness really did go away.
That's great.
I think I've figured out now. I learned that you're not really supposed to do a lot of chicken with pets, and definitely not grains. If I could, I would go back to a raw diet. I also used to cook for my Chihuahuas in the past, my previous Chihuahuas. Crazy Chihuahua owner.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love our pets, and so knowing that their endocannabinoid system responds well to CBD, just make sure you're not giving them human doses, but also do it by weight.
Right, exactly. It's about, just a general rule, it's about 1 milligram per 9 pounds of dog.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. So that chew is a 2 milligram.
Yes.
And yeah, I was giving half to the Chihuahua and a full one to the Jack Russell.
Perfect. I have a 10-pound miniature Dachshund. So she gets a half, unless the times are really tough, and then I just give her the whole thing. And it's okay.
Well, yeah. So we've got somebody saying they've got a friend whose dog has serious anxiety issues. So, yep, that could be very helpful.
Absolutely.
How do we find you? We're wrapping up now. Let everybody know how to find you.
You can find me at janibuswellness.com. And actually right now, because of COVID, I have a promo code CALM, CALM, and everyone gets 15% off. And I put it on there in March, and I thought, okay, I had it run through Mother's Day. And then, of course, Mother's Day came, and I thought, we are not anywhere near through this, and I can't take this discount away from people. So I've put it up until the end of the year.
Discount code CALM, and it gives how much?
15% off.
50% off. Okay, everybody, look, you got a discount. Calm at janibuswellness.com for 15% off. And I have another offer, actually. First and Free, the company that I was talking about that has the different topicals and also the oil drops and also the gel caps. 40% off orders over $94 through the middle of July. The promo code is July, all caps, space 40. So July, space 40. And that is for First and Free. So there's I'm just typing it in for those of you who are here live. Yeah, so fantastic. I am so happy you were here, Janice.
This was fun.
Great. I know you had a busy day already and you just jumped in and said you'd be here. And
Sure.
I'm glad you could talk about Janibus Wellness and your products. And it just added a nice new dimension to my live reviews of CBD products. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, you can always email me at aliza@ellementa.com. Always check out ellementa.com/events to see what other events we have going on. We are doing these every Wednesday and Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, thanks again, Janet. Bye, everybody. Take care.